The vision of Sir Henry Royce, one of our founding forefathers, was to create the best rolling chassis in the world. The house of Rolls-Royce, the company that we are today, was built on this bedrock of engineering excellence. The bodywork which enveloped these chassis was the preserve of coach builders who worked hand in hand with the commissioning patron. And these motor cars reflected the character of that coach builder and also the personality and wishes of the client. Today, Rolls-Royce continues to imbue its products with meaning. Our motor cars serve as a canvas on which clients reflect their personal tastes, express ambitions, and often define legacies. The craftspeople at the home of Rolls-Royce are experts in interpreting the lifestyles of these remarkable women and men, which has resulted in ever more ambitious commissions reaching well beyond the existing scope of our bespoke competencies and resources. This has led us into the rarefied realm of contemporary coach building and the establishment of a permanent department within our company called Rolls-Royce Coachbuild. It all starts here in this room, the atelier at the home of Rolls-Royce in Goodwood in England. Here we meet with our clients and discuss their thoughts, their wishes about their coach build project. Early sketches are drawn by our designers and formative conversations regarding materials, colors, and other creative aspects of the project are determined.
Contemporary coach building at Rolls-Royce is the automotive equivalent of haute couture. It is the opportunity to move beyond the usual constraints and bounds and create something truly remarkable.
We are an historic brand, and in many ways we are influenced by our 116 years legacy. But we are not bound by it. In 2017 we introduced Sweptail, which defined the dawn of the contemporary coach building movement. Sweptail set a new waterline of potential and ignited a fascination among a small group of 3 clients who approached us to discover if they, too, could collaborate on a unique coach build commission with us. Our designers had a long-held ambition to create a contemporary expression of the boat tail typology, where coach builders of old would graft the hull forms of sailing boats onto the rolling chassis of a Rolls-Royce. When the idea of this design direction was proposed, the 3 patrons were of one mind. They shared a single demand: show me something that I have never seen before. And Rolls-Royce Boattail was conceived.
Boattail is a particularly special historic body style. It has this unique form that has this tapering rear that really converges on centerline. And there has never been a contemporary interpretation of this particular body style. And that's what we set out to achieve with the modern commission Boattail. These 3 clients shared a deep appreciation of contemporary nautical design. J-class yachts, regarded as one of the most beautiful boats ever made, became a touchstone of the design.
Together with these clients, an agreement was reached whereby 3 cars would share a common body shape, but each would be highly personalized, reflecting the character of each of the individual commissioning patrons. And the result is truly transformative, an object that makes a permanent statement and sets itself apart from anything that has gone before.
We work sequentially, so when we do sketch work, we're in 2D, that comes first. You're working with the overall line work of the car, the key lines of the car, let's say. This very clean, elegant form, very, very graceful, but at the same time, daringly modern. There is this wonderful sense of taper inside view. There is this beautiful feeling of reduction to the overall surfaces and forms.
Once, together with the client, we have concluded the design on paper, we then create a full-size sculpture of the car in clay.
Well, the clay process, I guess, largely speaking, you're working within the last 10% of the design. You're really working with the minutiae of detail and line refinement and surface control. And actually, it's those two characteristics, probably more so than anything, that you are optimizing. You know, quality of line, but with it then the quality of surface. And clay is just, it's a fantastic medium to do that in because it's malleable and also because it's real time. You're doing it there in front of you. You're moving and there's a certain latitude within which you're working with, and then as you near the end of that phase, you're sort of bringing it down to the finer movements and the finer refinements. The foil, or die knock as it's called in the industry, replicates the real surface of the car, so the painted surface of the car. We judge it very much with light. The lighting in the room is always running in car line with the car, and this gives us a, you know, sort of a theoretical mapping on the surface to see exactly what the surface is doing. You can see how it connects, how the light moves over it. Our cars, I think, on first impression, are very, very sober. They're very, very clean. The surfaces are distilled of any kind of clutter. That purity requires a huge amount of focus and dedication to get the simplicity of line and the simplicity of surface. Final stage is really about understanding how we are living up to the quality of execution.
A living canvas is created by hand beating and honing metal. And the resulting aluminium body is created with a clarity of surface and continuation of line that is unable to be achieved by machine alone.
The car very purposefully projects a strong vision of modernity, but the real juxtaposition is that then this is paired with a very historic process of realization. The car starts its life with just sheet metal, and first you have to create form to that metal, and that takes place through, in this instance, the hammer forming process. We are realizing a car by hand. You would never, through the process of industrialization, expect to find the creative hand of the team, and indeed the clients, still involved at this stage.
Building a car by hand allows the human soul to pass through the hands that are charged with shaping the metal and into the car. Industrialization, it's clinical. It's carefully controlled, but it's also soulless. And what we are doing here is the complete opposite of that. I think true perfection can almost be seen as sterile. The car, by way of its definition, is never entirely perfect, but somewhere in there is the perfect imperfection. The metal is formed and it's fattled. it's checked and then it's refettled and it's rechecked until you arrive close to the final definition of the exterior surface of the car. And that is an exhaustive process, relying on the intuition and the intervention of the human hand and the human eye. And that's a really incredible thing. The bonnet is sprayed by hand, and it has this wonderful transition from a dark color to a lighter shade of blue. It's a canvas that represents the human hand that created it.
The first of 3 boat tails is a culmination of our patrons' exceptional thoughts, concepts and items which form the perfect experience. It truly personifies connoisseurship. The client couple who commissioned Rolls-Royce Coachbuild to fashion this boat tail wished to create a celebration of life and success, a statement of joyfulness, a moving work of art to enjoy with their family and friends. And in response, the rear deck is designed to house a highly ambitious concept never seen before in the automotive world. It opens in a butterfly gesture to reveal the treasure chest of moving parts, an intricate and generous hosting suite. This area becomes a celebratory focal point for shared occasions and is appointed with the perfect accoutrements for a true al fresco Rolls-Royce dining experience. This particular client is an aficionado of watches and has commissioned 2 extraordinary timepieces for his boat tail. At the client's request, the House of Rolls-Royce and the House of Beauvais have worked hand in hand to create exquisite, groundbreaking timepieces that reimagine Rolls-Royce's iconic centerpiece, the dashboard clock.
What is particularly special about this commission is that it is linking to our heritage. And it tells a wonderful story of the historic boat tail body style, but our modern interpretation is just that. You know, it's thoroughly contemporary, but at the same time, it still evokes the qualities of the historic body style.
We firmly believe that the future of luxury is about creating something singular. Rolls-Royce Coachbuild is a highly distilled expression of Rolls-Royce bespoke and is reserved for those who look to move beyond existing constraints. When these cars go live, all eyes on us. And for that reason, I think they have a tremendous impact into the brand. They are addressing desires. Many people in the world might say, one day I would love to own such a Coachbuild project myself. It's technically a car. In reality, when it comes to the heart of our clients, it's an object of art. It's luxury in its purest form. This kind of project is not a matter of money. It's just about perfection.